39 days at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. It all culminates today in the final between Spain and, of course, Argentina. And, of course, we have seen a number of goals. In fact, 307 times the back of the net has shook at the 2026 FIFA World Cup in 103 matches. It's been exhilarating stuff. It's been exciting from start to finish, and we've had a number of memorable moments. In fact, our topic for today is reflecting on the 2026 FIFA World Cup and looking back at some of the remarkable, moments at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. I have an expert panel of, analysts to join me on the set. And of course, they'll be giving their, thoughts in as far as what transpired yesterday in a 10-goal thriller that England managed to, beat France by, 6-4. But also we'll be building up to the big final, as it is being dubbed, Lionel Messi up against Lamine Yamal. At this particular moment, let me just introduce my illustrious panelist in the studio. On the far left, a man who's represented Zambia at 4 African Cup of Nations, that is William Munjo, who also had stints playing in Israel. And of course, Clifford Mlenga, a man who needs no introduction if you are part and parcel of the football family in the country, because he is the 2007 Young African Footballer of the Year, the first player to have that particular accolade. And of course, next to me is Gezani Mbewe, the resident football analyst on BMTV. This is Beyond the Whistle, and of course, I'm your host, Isaac Chipatanga. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Isaac.
Okay, let me begin on the far side and on a solemn note, because we are in a period of national mourning, and you had the prestigious honor of seeing, the former vice president at close quarters during the African Cup of Nations in 2012, William. What are your reflections when you think about the man and his impact that he had, on Zambian football as a whole?
Yeah, well, I think may he so rest in peace. Yeah, these are people that really, supported Zambian football. Yeah. And I think we saw success this particular year because of the huge support that we received from the Zambian government.
Yeah. Clifford, your overall thoughts about, the passing of the former vice president. I mean, a man who was there at a historical moment for Zambian football, but surely his, passing is being felt, by the whole country.
Yeah, well, it's a very sad moment right now. I think we've lost someone just beyond politics. Yeah. I think he was also one of those men that will be remembered for being a very generous man out there in life. So when he was part of that celebration, when we won the 2012 AFCON, I think he was genuinely happy, because he has always called himself a Zambian in and out, because he was also born here in this country. So it's sad that we've lost someone like him, and may he so rest in peace.
Okay. Yes, just your thoughts overall about, the passing of the former, vice president, a man who, I think when we look at those pictures of him, handing over the trophy at State House to Republican president at that particular time, Michael Sata with, Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, somebody really, really who, took football as part and parcel of his life, because even his wife was also an added, supporter of the Copper Queens, or should I say is an added supporter of the Copper Queens. Just your overall thoughts.
I think he was very diligent in terms of how to support the national team, not only the national team, but seeing the development of football in Zambia. And he really kept it very live, because when it comes to, in terms of taking some supporters, because he was one of those that believed that everywhere where the national team goes, there must be a fan supporting the team. And most of the times he was handling that. And you could see how some people, they had to trek to Gabon, especially when we qualified to play the finals. And it was arranged, and just they called upon saying, we want some more fans to come and enjoy and witness this. So they were rendered that opportunity, and a lot of people, I think we enjoyed it. And diligently he came back with a trophy and surrendered the trophy to the president, Michael Sata. Actually, may he so rest in peace. And apart from that, he really loved this country. Remember that the time that Michael Sata died, we saw the pure and good transition when he was the acting president for 3 for 3 months.
Yeah.
And he surrendered the powers, the love that he had for Zambian people, to make sure that they continue and given an opportunity to choose their next leader after the death of Michael Chilufya-Sata. So that tells you how he had the heart for the Zambians and also the entire sports fraternity.
Of course, we can only wish, the family God's strength during this very trying moment as they continue to mourn the man who has passed. This is Guy Scott, a father and, of course, a mentor to many people. May his soul continue to rest in peace. Let's move on to matters on the field of play, because yesterday was an eventful day. Let me begin with you, Coach William. One of your key players at club football, the team that you support, Arsenal, came up with the goods yesterday with that hat-trick, Bukayo Saka. What's your overall impression?
If it's not 300 goals, I'll not keep on talking here.
Yes, we have 307. What is your overall impression about, Saka? And do you think that maybe he was underutilized by Tuchel or in terms of the tournament itself?
No, I think he was impressive yesterday. Very good game, I think, from England themselves. And I think it was a very good game overall. France also came back. I think we all know that Saka did not have a great season, even at Arsenal. Yeah. He was in and out with the injuries. Yeah. And I think Tuchel could have used him more if he was like really fit enough, if he was the one that was playing at Arsenal. So I think I wouldn't say that Tuchel underutilized him. The only thing I'll say is that, it's football. If England had maybe won the semi-final game, I don't think we're going to say that. Okay. We're going to say that, Tuchel used the players that were supposed to be using. Yeah, I think Saka had a very good game yesterday. Yeah. A hat-trick from, and you know how this felt, especially two of our players scored yesterday. So Declan Rice. Declan Rice. So it was like Arsenal won the game for England yesterday. I would say that. I'll say it loudly that Arsenal won the game for England yesterday.
Clifford, let me come to you because...
Gazan, what are you looking at? Clifford, I've got the right to brag.
You've got the right to brag.
Yeah, I know. It's been painful over 20 years without winning the PEPL, so maybe an opportunity for William to bask in the glory. But Clifford, let me come to you because yesterday we saw a number of changes being made by both coaches in that particular match. Is this the reason why we saw an avalanche of goals? 10 goals is very rare in international football.
Well, I think France really underestimated England. Yeah. The changes that were made were high class changes as well. Those are clear players that are playing for for top clubs in Europe. But I think France went into that game thinking that England were still in shock about losing to Argentina, and they'll just maybe they won't be up for the game, And I think they also looked at the changes that England had made yesterday. They probably thought this is not probably the highest level of quality that was going to threaten us the most, because most of the players had not yet played in that tournament, and you could see when France had conceding those goals, the expression on the faces of players like Mbappe, Dembele, you could see they were in shock. They didn't know what had hit them. You understand? So it showed that they had underestimated England because they were not expecting England to play that game. But it was very impressive to see the players that came on for England. They had been under a lot of scrutiny after they lost to Argentina. There was a lot of negativity around the team. Some players had come up and said they were a little bit disappointed with the coach in terms of the way they approached the last 35 minutes of the game against Argentina. But to see the attitude that they came up with yesterday, the approach of the game was top class, and I think they were deservedly leading France by 4 in the first half. Could have been more, but I just felt like it was a shocking display from France, but an amazing display from England.
Okay. Yeah. If you look at the general statistics, Gezani, that we're going to see in a moment on the screen of the match between England and France, just walk our viewers, through those numbers and what they indicate overall in terms of this match.
I think it talk about shots, equal numbers of shots, 1919, then position, 46, 53. I think, of course, England, starting from the word go, they scored first, and they operated in the way that they took the midfield. And the players that were called upon this after making close to 6 substitutions, 6 changes, I think they accounted very well. And yellow card, new, red card, new. And the shots on target, 11 against 9, then the team wins, scores 6 out of 11 shots. I think for me that was great. But in terms of play, England, it was the shock because a lot of people they were talking about, France winning this one, but England, the players that were, given the chance, accounted very well. Very disappointing. I think, like William might be just bragging about the likes of
Saka
and Saka. But me from Liverpool, I'll tell you that I was very disappointed with the defender Konate. After being called upon to help France, then later on his performance was really pathetic, and that's what made him in the second half. There are 2 changes that the coaches are going to make.
Maybe that's why Liverpool sold him to Real Madrid.
Yeah, the biggest team.
So you're saying they sold him to go and kill Real Madrid?
But again, as a coach, might agree with me. That when you are substituting a defender for a defender, it means that you are not happy with the defender. But when
not entirely.
I know. So when you are at the moment that you need,
if it's like for like usually,
defender, then you bring up another defender.
It means that it
has not done a good job
enough.
But when you are substituting a defender out, then you are bringing up maybe a midfielder, maybe a striker. It means that it's a tactical approach that you want to do for that game. But yesterday it showed, and I think we were satisfied. Some of us that have got a soft heart for Liverpool, that Konate couldn't account very well. 2 times that it has happened. When Saliba was injured, instead of bringing up Saliba, he went and chose to bring up the player that was playing who plays for Crystal Palace. That tells you a story. But in terms of, France, second half, they came, blazing. Look at Mbappe, he scored 2 goals yesterday. On this show, when we started doing the World Cup, leading up to the World Cup, I told you that at one point, I see Mbappe to be the best player in the world at the World Cup.
Okay.
And this is coming to pass.
Let's just look actually at, the statistics over Kylian Mbappe at this particular World Cup and, the previous World Cups, because he's been a marvel to watch. 22 goals now. He is the all-time, record scorer in as far as the World Cup is concerned. But William, I want to ask you this from a player's perspective. Maybe, Clifford, you can also chip in answering this. The 3rd and 4th playoff, many people say they don't want to play it. Realistically, from a player's point of view, how motivated are players to play in a 3rd and 4th, playoff match, considering that their goal ultimately is to win, the tournament, and 3 or 4 days before, that they suffered a very, very, heartbreaking defeat. How motivated do players, go into a match such as the 3rd and 4th playoff?
Yeah, truthfully, it's very difficult because you are coming from a defeat that would have taken you to the finals of the tournament. But the motivation always in football, I think, is always coming. It always comes back to just you as a football player representing your country. Just you trying to give your country the best, regardless of what happened. And the teams that lose in the semi-finals, their comeback usually, you want to make a comeback as soon as possible, and the 3rd and 4th is an opportunity to do a comeback, not just for a 3rd place, but is a comeback for the future assignments that you have as a national team player. So I think the motivation always is not even the medal itself. The motivation is just to say, okay, guys, we lost the most important game that could have taken us into the finals and even won us the biggest, trophy in the world. But okay, let's just give our people something, just to say, okay, we tried, but we can do better next time. So the 3rd and 4th is a reflection of the win England won, and this is the highest finish in 66 years.
60 years.
So, you see, again, is a step forward from the semi-finals. in the last World Cup. Now they are third. So now it's just giving hope to the fans that maybe we're getting closer, maybe to come home the next World Cup.
Clifford, have you ever played in a third and fourth, playoff of an international tournament? What's the feeling, and generally, how motivated are players to play in this particular, match? Because sometimes it's even called the losers' final.
Yeah, I don't remember specifically if I've played in one, but one that I know for a fact is that
we played in one.
Where was it?
U20 Africa Cup.
Yes, yeah.
You didn't play.
I was suspended that. Oh, yes.
Okay.
But we played in the bronze.
That was in 2007.
Yes. But I think from a player's perspective, I think at that moment, once you lose your semi-final match, you just want to go home.
Yeah.
Honestly speaking, you just, because now you're just thinking, look, whatever we're trying to achieve here, we have failed to achieve it, and there won't be a lot of hype for the bronze medal, for the third and fourth playoff, and a lot of people are now just focusing on watching the final game. So even as a player, psychologically, you just want to get over it and just get over and done with it and just head home. So it's not really the biggest match that they're going to play, but yeah, I think they should actually just cancel the whole third and fourth. No, they should. Well, there's only one champion. There was the winners. So what's the point of having a third race?
So ultimately, as the dust settles on that particular match, France finished in fourth position. They got $27 million US dollars. And of course, England finishing in third got $2 more million dollars than France. They got 29 million from that heavy pot of of riches that FIFA are forking out at this particular World Cup. Yes, I want to come to you and probably William, you can weigh in because you're also a coach. You're a trained coach, Gezani. Let's talk a little bit more about the legacy of Didier Deschamps, somebody who took the reins in 2012. Led them to the World Cup final and won it in 2018. Also won a Nations League. What's his legacy as we reflect on, his tenure now? It's coming to an end after that, match that France lost yesterday against England.
Oh, I think he's left the position where people they are clapping for him.
Yeah.
Because he's done what the coach I think could do.
Yeah.
And this is the brilliant coach that I think has coached France. He's won the World Cup with when he was a player.
Yeah.
He's won the World Cup when he's a coach.
Yeah.
And he's really done massively very well. Looking at the development of the players, he's fused in some, I think, the young and the old together. You talk about the lots of players that people they have been asking, like Giroud, why he loved Giroud. The moment that the time that he was playing, Giroud always, you could find him in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
I think there was peace. He kept peace in the national team. And for me, in terms of success, I think he's one of those highest successive coaches, I think, in Europe, to be honest with you, because he's done everything. He's won, I think, a lot of things, accolades. Yeah. Like I told you yesterday that his medals, when you put them in your pocket, there's no former English player who can lift them.
You just had to bring England into the equation. Coach William, from a coach's perspective, when you look at Didier Deschamps, the legacy, but also from a technical and tactical perspective, what made Didier Deschamps such a successful coach for France?
Yeah, I think he set a very good standard, for every French coach that is going to come in. He's been, coaching a national team is not an easy job, because you are dealing with big egos, you're dealing with superstars in their respective clubs in the country, players that are well respected by the fans. Players that are respected more than you are, a coach.
Yeah.
But like Gezan has said, this is a coach that won the World Cup as a football player, and came back and won the World Cup as a coach. And for me, that's a standard. And he's going to be very difficult for the next manager. I think it's Zidane that
is going to. There's a strong rumor, let's put it that way at the moment.
It's a rumor that Zidane is going to take charge. It's going to be a very good challenge for him. I think tactically at this level, I think all he did was manage, manage personalities. And I heard a comment that he made, I think yesterday or day before yesterday, about N'Golo Kante. He said, I brought Kante not to play a game. I brought him to mentor my young midfielders. And to me, it shows that he has a coaching model that is very good. That, these are things that coaches should do all the time. You need to make a balance between the ones that are coming and the ones that are going. The ones that are going are not specifically just there to give you experience on the pitch. They are there to come and mentor, to come and help, to come and, show the way to the ones that are coming in. So I think you can see that he has a very good coaching model, and is one that you can learn from. And you can see why he's had this success all these years with the French team.
Clifford, let me come to you, because there's been huge speculation about the future of Thomas Tuchel. If you're the powers that be and you're the English FA president, do you keep him, considering that in the next 2 years there's a European Championship that's going to take place in England, or maybe it's time for the two parties to part ways?
Well, if we're just going to judge him over that loss against Argentina, we're not being fair. I think this is the first time in a very long time we have seen England look like the 1966 team, the team that can actually finally bring it home. So I think for me, what he has done is that he has created a group of players that have suddenly believing in themselves. There were so many, unhappy people about, him leaving Foden back home, Palmer back home, but the group of players that he took to this World Cup and what they have achieved, what they have done. I mean, Jude Bellingham suddenly is the highest scoring midfielder in English history. And this is a player a month ago, before the World Cup, they were actually saying Morgan Rogers is better than this player. But Tuchel gave him that opportunity to go and express himself, to bring out the best out of that player. Anthony Gordon, suddenly he looks like a player that is going to do, even at Barcelona, he looks better than Rashford.
Even Anderson wasn't anywhere near
exactly.
the conversation.
Anderson, exactly. You understand? They were talking about Adam Watson in that position, But now this manager brings in this group of players, and suddenly they look like England is a top.
So you would keep him in short?
So I'm keeping him, because what he has created right now, in the next 1 or 2 years, I won't be shocked to see England playing in the finals of the Euros.
But people might want to argue. I'm coming to you, Gezani, on this particular issue. People might argue that Southgate, his predecessor, had gotten, the England to semi-finals and finals of the European Championship. And the argument is that Tuchel was brought in to get them over the line, the next step, just to win the title. And he failed lamentably in that, semi-final. So what's the point of having him when he can't get you over the line?
When you say failing lamentably, you are being brutal to him.
No, they only had 12% of the ball from the time that they scored the opener against Argentina on 55 minutes until the end of the match. Surely, if you're talking about tactics, that went horribly wrong, didn't it?
The quality of players sometimes who are defending, because there's
look at William looking at you. one of those quality of players you're talking about is Declan Rice and Saka.
Imagine.
The problem is that a coach will not run away from. I think if those substitutions that had, the team had won against Argentina, today would have been talking about him being the best coach. But it happened that the response after allowing that go Argentina, it was so massive.
Scaloni, yes.
Look at what he did. He removed, he substituted the defenders. He brought in strikers because they're looking for a goal. At one point, he gave up, said that there's no need for me to defend. I'm looking for a goal. So it paid off for him. Tuchel has done massively very well. But I know that he's mostly hated by most of the former footballers in England. But it was good that yesterday Rooney came and I think he gave his advice saying, if you want to take out, this coach, maybe you've got ideas of bringing maybe Pepe Guardiola. Because at the moment, this coach has fared very well. So I think for me, I agree with Clifford. I think you cannot crucify him just because they lost against Argentina. Let them. He needs to be given a chance.
Well, the dust has settled on this particular, third and fourth match that produced 10 goals, and ultimately the history books will show that England finished in third and France finished in fourth at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Let's move on, gentlemen, and talk about our topic of discussion: a number of memorable moments at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Let me come to you, William, first. When you look back at this particular World Cup, what moment really stands out to you as, well, that was an iconic moment from the World Cup 2026?
Yeah, Cape Verde.
Cape Verde.
For me, Cape Verde is a story that I'll never forget. It's a very small country.
Yeah.
I think 500,000 people population, and they came, they conquered. For me, the stage that they lost against Argentina.
Yeah.
They lost in the round of 32.
Yeah.
And just to go past the group stages, for me, it was a success for this team.
Especially on their debut. Huh?
Yeah, Vozinha, Cape Verde goalkeeper, made very, very memorable saves. He was like a rock in the goal of Cape Verde. But for me, this is a story that always, because it's very inspirational for every small country. Yeah. For Zambia, that is not even, is small. It's not small. Zambia is very big, like 20 million plus. Yeah. So it's a very inspirational story that, give belief, to many countries that, you can do it regardless of how many people that you are. You can go to a World Cup. You can play against Argentina. Yeah. You can play against Spain. You can be You can have the resilience. As long as you believe, So for me, this one is like a standard story for me.
Okay. Yeah. Clifford, when you look at the 39 days that we've had at this World Cup, there have been many memorable moments. I want you to combine both and probably give Zani weigh in your most memorable moment, but also the one that probably disappointed you. But it can be on the field or off the field of play.
Well, there's so many moments, honestly speaking.
I know.
I'm just gonna bring out something. I hope it's not controversial, but it's something that we probably don't know in studio.
Yeah. And You're
always controversial.
I also just came across this information, right? Yeah. You said out of the 48 teams at the World Cup, there's only one team that did not have a VAR review against them. Yeah. Argentina. Yeah. So I'm looking at the games. They are one of the most robust and aggressive teams in this tournament, right? That's the nature of football. Yeah. Yeah. And then they have probably one of the highest number of yellow cards in this tournament. But to find out that they did not have not even one single review against them, for me, that's shocking.
That's smart.
It's just shocking. Like how is that even possible?
They know how to step on the player without,
Yeah, and just without getting, understand.
But the whole world, some things, and
are we not seeing the same thing here? So for me, I think that is something that is very, very crucial that we actually, need to think about. Because it now brings about that little controversial is FIFA biased towards Argentina, or are they just lucky enough to get away from these incidents that no one is actually getting to see them? Yeah. So I want to actually go back and do more research, and I've seen most of their games, and I think their decisions, the elbow from Fernandez onto Elliott's head, that deserved a VAR review. The massive leg break.
Challenge.
So there's just so many that I think should be looked at, but it's something that we'll probably be talking about for a number of years to come.
Yeah, controversial. Clifford has his moment.
Well, I'm shocked because we never talked with I think to William. Yeah. I think what was going around his mind. Yeah. When he talked about the peak of my event should be the performance of Cape Verde. I think right now as we're talking, Vozinha is becoming an ambassador. recognized to, I think, these institutions like the UN, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees.
There's even a species of fish that has been named after him, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Vozinia, new species that have been discovered by some scientists.
Yeah. So
I think you even get a citizenship for the US.
It makes sense with the blue sharks.
Yeah. So I think those are things that I think I enjoyed more. It's the team that never lost a game within 90 minutes. Then they were, I think, just eliminated after the extra time. So they have shown Africa that when those draws they are being done to the World Cup, you start preparing and singling out each and every game that you are going to face. And they showed when they played against Spain. They looked like a team that I think their preparation did not start just in America, but it started way back. So it's a wage to African teams, those who are going to qualify to the next World Cup, regardless of how they are going to be the first debutant to the World Cup. They need to really to do their level best. I think the shock of my tournament should be, I think, beyond the final whistle. I think where you pick a call and you call for a red card to be rescinded.
The Trump effect at this World Cup.
That was beyond the whistle.
He was even tactical.
That was beyond the whistle.
But
He was
Harry
even
Kane,
tactical. This man
giving advice to what a man.
Yeah. But always there are no down moments when our president is, I think, is being mentioned. So I think Trump has done something that I hope that before the next tournament, the World Cup, everything should be put to bed. And if there must be an apology to the football fraternity, it should be rendered, because I think we feel like he went beyond the whistle. We went beyond what was supposed to be on a pitch. So I think this should be really mended before the next World Cup, because all the teams, like Clifford said, other teams, they are not even VAR review. I think for me that tells you a story. I hope that, because everyone should feel at home, regardless of who is hosting the World Cup. So I hope, I'm looking forward for the apology and see the way forward that we're going to move from this cause.
Anyway, we're not going to give you an apology, but we continue talking about the FIFA World Cup unapologetically on Beyond the Whistle. So it's time for us to get a hydration break. On the other side of this particular break, we build up and preview the final that is scheduled to take place today at 21 hours.
Fabulous Engineering Limited, Zambia's largest and the most advanced engineering company. We have the following products: hydraulic pipe fitting, roller shutter doors, farming equipment, mining equipment, plasma cutting, surface grinders, shearing machines, spiral ducting pipes, rolling machines, flat bending machines. We install industrial plants and carry out all type of turning, machining, fabrication and engineering works. We also manufacture different sizes of locally made fabulous pots. For more details, visit our website www.fabulousengineering.com. Our new premises, we are located at plot number 7204 Kachiza Road, behind Migma, PO Box 38005, Lusaka, Zambia. Or call us on +2609555 764011 or +2609796 98382 or +2609690 64419. Fabulous Engineering Limited, Zambia's largest and the most advanced engineering company.
When it comes to building, the biggest worry for people is, are they going to find the right products? Are they going to find good quality? Are they going to find long-lasting products? Here at Gemis Enterprises Limited, we deal in interior construction, which includes ceiling boards, tiling, painting, and we end it with the kitchen and the wardrobe. We are found in Light Industrial Area off Lumumba Road behind MICMA. Our Facebook page is Gamis Home Recreation. And you can call me on 0966 30 98 33.
UTBM University, the prime institution for lifelong learning. Enroll your university education now. Call 0978 430872, 0977 766866. Email utbmuniversity@gmail.com or simply log to www.utbmuniversity.org.
Fabulous Engineering Limited, Zambia's largest and the most advanced engineering company. We have the following products: hydraulic pipe fitting, roller shutter doors, farming equipment, mining equipment, plasma cutting, surface grinders, shearing machines, spiral ducting pipes, rolling machines, flat bending machines. We install industrial plants and carry out all type of turning, machining, fabrication and engineering works. We also manufacture different sizes of locally made fabulous pots. For more details, visit our website www.fabulousengineering.com. Our new premises, we are located at plot number 7204 Kachiza Road behind MICMA, PO Box 38005, Lusaka, Zambia. Or call us on +26095 764011 or +2609796 98382 or +2609690 64419. Fabulous Engineering Limited, Zambia's largest and the most advanced engineering company.
A million thanks for staying with us on BMTV's authoritative 2026 FIFA World Cup show. It is Beyond the Whistle, and I'm your host, Isaac Chipatanga. Now, time to build up to the World Cup final. It's a battle between Spain and, of course, Argentina, the defending champions. Let's begin by looking at the road, Coach William, of Spain to the final. Certain matches that they've played so far at this particular tournament, they have been watertight at the back, and that's how they've qualified. What's impressed you the most about this Spanish side, Coach William?
Yeah, I think Spain did not start well. I think it's a team that has grown into this tournament, and they hit the peak at the right time. So one impressive thing is that, you know, they hit the peak at the right time.
Yeah.
They started to play the football that we know that Spain plays at the right time, and you can see even with in the last games like quarterfinals and semi-finals, they really look like a Spain that we all know. And for me, this is a team that look like is going to be there for a long time, because most of the players are very young. So they have a very big chance into going into today's game against Argentina.
Yeah.
But what really really make me want to watch them is how they play their football. And because I'm coming from a place where we love to see football being played around, like a ball being passed around, and Spain, they do it the best. I think they are the only team that really does it the best. They've done it the best at the World Cup, and over the years, they're a team that we've all seen, play the ball around the best. So is something I'm really looking forward to in this final, going to this final today.
Let's just balance it up and look at Argentina's road to the final. Clifford, your favorite team, the one that doesn't apparently get any VAR decisions. Walk us through what you're seeing in terms of their road to the final.
I think they actually had a very impressive start to this tournament, because normally Argentina will find themselves losing or drawing the first game. In 2022, they actually got beat by Saudi Arabia in the opening game. But to see their games from the time they made Cape Verde and to the final, it's been a battle for them to just win clean.
Yeah.
They have had to go into extra time to get their wins, you know. But it also shows you that this is a team that has got so much belief in themselves. They fight until the last minute, you know. So I think this is a team that is definitely going to go into the final, knowing that for them extra time is not a problem. You know, they have been there before and they have done it before, and I think that if they can get Spain into extra time, I think they'll have the upper hand, because mentally I think they're a little bit more stronger than the Spanish team. So I'm expecting to see a very, very tough game, and I hope Argentina will win.
Okay, we're not yet at the prediction stage, but letting the cat out of the bag there. Spain have only conceded one goal, Gezani. What's the secret to this Spanish side being so watertight at this particular World Cup?
They have never had a defender for I think since they started playing football like they have today. I think this might surprise everyone, because when it comes to ball play, they are the best defenders in the world. This combination of Laporte and Pau, I think for me, fantastic combination. When they won the World Cup in 2010, they had the ball-playing midfielders, the likes of Xavi and Iniesta and Alonso. But this time they have got these two defenders. The combination of Paulo, the combination of Marc Cucurella, I think for me, fantastic. This is the brilliant, I think, defense that it has got. Now you add another midfielder who is a ball player, the likes of, I think, Rodri, for me, fantastic. 649 passes. The total World Cup 2026, I think for me, marvelous to watch.
Okay.
They might not be looking as sharp as we expect in terms of scoring goals, but the way they are scoring their goals, each and every player can score goals. So I think for me, they play as a team, they work as a team. There are no names that you can point out and say that this was the best. Even up to date, people, they still criticize how Rodri won the World Cup, but how he won the Ballon d'Or. But today, at the World Cup, now everyone can testify and say
that's why.
In a moment, we'll look at Rodri's importance in terms of statistics to the Spanish side. But let's look at a dilemma that the coach De La Fuente has to deal with, and this one is in midfield. Probably the best to ask, because you played in midfield between Fabian Ruiz and Pedri. When we look at the screen and we see the comparison between Fabian Ruiz and of course Pedri. If you were the coach, who do you start tonight in the World Cup final?
This is a very difficult one, but it's a difficult one.
It's a difficult question.
Because the good part about Spain is that all these players have got quality, but Pedri is one player that has been very vital for Spain, coming from the qualifiers. And even most of the games that they've played at the World Cup, he's been a very vital player. Fabian Luiz brings something different, and it brings the balance that a coach would want for a high-profile game. Pedri is all out, mostly gives you a lot of things going forward. But when you have players like Rodri in midfield that is able to manage the game, like Rodri controls the game, and if you have this kind of a player, you have two kind of a players within him. Someone that brings balance in terms of defending, but is also someone that can. When you're building up teams like Spain, they like to build up. Someone that the ball can go through him and go forward. So you need me, if I'm a coach, I need a Fabian Ruiz that I know is also going to bring that defensive balance. when you're playing teams like Argentina that are play direct, you don't want to have spaces behind. You want to have spaces in front. And with Rodri and Fabian Luis playing like double pivot, it helps the balance of it helps to keep the balance of the Spanish team, because Rodri can do the same job as that Pedri can do. So you, as a coach, you say, okay, maybe I'll bring in Pedri later on if we're chasing the game. If at all we in a position to chase the game, we are in a losing position. But starting, for me in the semi-finals, they look really good with Fabian and Luis, because I saw a very good balanced Spanish team. And this is a joy when you're a Spanish coach, because you have different kind of qualities. You are spoiled for choices. So I'll still go with Fabian Luis in the final game today.
For one player, it's almost like a shoe-in that he's going to start is the captain, Rodri. Let's look at his statistics at the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and just underline what makes him so crucial to how Spain plays and the importance of this player in this Spanish side.
I think one of his biggest strength, I think, is his ball reading game. He really reads the game very, very well. And the way he protects the defense and the attack is also very crucial. And then he also doesn't lose the ball. He's able to organize the people behind him and the people in front of him, so that he makes it look easy in the middle of the play. He makes the work easy for his teammates. The way he communicates, the way he organizes them, the way he's a very, very I don't want to call him simple or basic player, but like William has been explaining even about himself, they don't complicate the game. You do what is right for the other people.
It's almost like
what they do best.
The new Busquets.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. He knows he's not going to drive the team forward with his deep runs. There are people for those things. So he organizes people to get them to play according to their strength. So he makes people around him, play better. You understand? So he's a very cool, calm-headed, and panic. He leads by example. Like when he's in possession, everyone around him has got confidence. Say something is going to be built from where we are right now. So he brings about that thing in the team where that gets everyone going around him. So having him in that position as a captain is very, very, it's a blessing for the Spanish team. Because they always have this type of players. So I think he's a very, very crucial player, and if he gets going, everybody around him gets going.
Let's talk about two players who are going to be definitely in the headlines, Gezani, Messi, and of course, Lamine Yamal. It's been touted as the battle between these two. Do you see it as a battle between these two, and whoever comes out on top in terms of influencing the game could tilt the game in favor of either Spain or Argentina?
I don't think it's a battle. It's all about what you can do to your country. Because one mentality that I think Yamal will agree with me is that he's not getting into this as a battle, him and Messi, but he's getting into this I think finals because of his superb performance of his team, and that's what has made them to qualify to the finals. So it's all about him. Is still learning, and he's making it clear that I'm still learning from what Messi has done. Look at the number that I think he's wearing. Him is now on 19. When Messi started playing for Barcelona, he started with the number just 19. So he's still at 19. So meaning that it is telling you that he has not yet even I think impressed himself. Say now I deserve number 10. So he's yet to wear number 10, but he's still passing the level where Messi was when he was wearing 19. And people, they can, I think, agree with me. The time that he went to visit, Yamal, Messi was still wearing just number 19 at Barcelona, because number 10 was Ronaldinho. So it's all about learning. And I hope that we'll not hype it in terms of two players, they are fighting. But they want to give the best what FIFA wants, what football families they want, maybe what they have been missing. So the boy will be cool and play his party, but he knows that he's not competing with Messi. So I think for me, it's just a guest, an opportunity to play with your GOAT. You are still a kid. So I think for me, it is all about learning and you're still learning, those people who still lower their heads in terms of learning, I think they progress very well.
Let's look at
I thought
the
there's only one God in this world.
Yes, there's only one, no, God. I said God.
God. Idol.
The God.
Greatest
That's
of all
what I'm
time.
about.
Greatest of all time.
Yes, that's what he said.
The God.
Okay.
Yeah, controversial.
No,
but
I
again,
just had to be.
Now, okay.
I needed to get it clear. Yes. Thank you very much for the
And it's a
clarity.
kid, huh?
Thank you very much for your clarity.
The
sir.
young one's a kid.
Okay.
The young one's a kid.
Yeah.
So your mom is a kid.
Let's move
My
on.
nephew won't understand the goat.
Oh, the okay.
Yes.
So now
Greatest
we're
of all
talking about
time.
the goat and the kid.
Okay, what does the goat mean?
Kamera kamba mchakwaju. Imulanda
Kamba mchakwaju.
Yeah.
Fitikamba timbuzi.
Mbuzi. Manje kai wanamvera mfano saziva goat ati.
So I think that
I'm
this
playing
is-
against your goat.
Oh,
Uchana mbuzi yako.
Somebody who has succeeded and mostly has won almost everything.
Greatest of all time.
He's treasured
Greatest of all time.
Let's look at the greatest of all time in many people's eyes, Lionel Messi. So many goals that he scored and assists at this particular World Cup. When you look at that, Coach William, the question again comes in because this is a man now who's gone on 17 games in a row for Argentina, either scoring or at least assisting. How do Spain line up so that they can nullify the threat that Lionel Messi brings in this match?
I think Spain should just. One thing that I like about Spain is that, like Gezana said, they are not a team. They have like Lamine Yamal, they have Rodri, they have Pedri, they have like Sabo, but this is a team that they play together.
Yeah,
they play together. They are like a 11-player team.
Yeah.
They are not a one-man team.
Yeah.
They are not like Argentina. Yes, we all know that they rely so much on Messi. So I think what Spain should do is do exactly what they've done in the last two games, because I think since they went into the knockout stages, they've really like grown into a team that you see that they attack together, and their best. The reason why they have not really conceded many goals is because they defend from up.
Yeah.
They don't go sit back. They defend from up, meaning that they do high press. So meaning the opponents are always far away from their goal. And then the other form of defense that they use is they keep the ball.
Yeah.
They make sure that they have the ball. You don't have your. If 100%, if the team that has the ball is the one that has got a chance to score.
Yeah.
The team that doesn't have the ball, they have little chances of scoring. So I think Spain have done so well to deny their opponents the ball. So all they have to do is keep the ball, do the same things that they do, keep the ball more, make sure that the other team run more until they lose their concentration in one moment, and then they have, and most of the goals you've seen, they make shoots and then they score rebounds. So I'm sure if they keep the ball more, it means that Messi will not have the ball.
Yeah.
And this is the only way, because you can never make a plan of how to defend Messi. I've seen two games now that Messi was always on the middle, and then against Egypt. And the moment that he went to the right, and then Argentina scored. Same in the semi-finals. Yeah. Messi was middle. And the moment that he went right, so when he goes outside, there is now a split of, do we go make double up on Messi outside, or we pick our men inside the box? So now it becomes difficult for the opponents. Against Egypt, it became difficult for Egypt. Now they are like, okay, if we double up on Messi, we have a lot of free men in the 18. So now they just go like 1-2 players. They don't go, because Messi, you have to go like 3 players to try. You cannot double up, you have triple up. So meaning that you're going to lose players in the box. So now teams, they lose it from there. Now it's okay. they do normal defense, and when they do normal defense, again, is advantage because Messi. And I was happy that he went right instead of left in the game against England, in the semi-final against England. Everyone is Messi is going to go left, and he did a chop instead of chop in. He did the chop out, and then he make a right foot cross, which was a deaf killer one. And then, but all Spain has to do is to keep the ball more, meaning that they will deny Argentina the ball. England did that in most of the game until when they made those substitutes that for me I think was they got it wrong tactically. They were supposed to try and go continue to attack, maybe cautious, but maybe introduce fast players to make the breaks, like the counter attacks, but they did not do that. They had players that could not run, got fast. So Spain have these qualities. Spain can keep the ball. They should keep the ball more today. They should not change the game plan. You can change maybe if it's 90, and then the referee says 92. They add 7 minutes, and then in the last 3 minutes you can do a defense. It's okay, but I want Spain to keep the ball.
Okay.
I like
one interesting fact about this Argentina side. You see it on your screen in a moment. Is that they have never led at the 2026 FIFA World Cup in the knockout stages when the clock was 90 minutes. It just shows, how they've got this never say die attitude. And it's an unprecedented run in the 2026 FIFA World Cup final. Argentina did not hold a lead at the 90th minute mark in any of their knockout stage matches. They consistently relied on extra time goals or a dramatic stoppage time winner to advance. But Clifford, I want to draw your attention to one particular fact that many people out there may not be aware of. Everybody's talking about Lamine Yamal versus Lionel Messi in this particular match. But the two coaches have got history because De La Fuente, as you can see on your screens, the coach for Spain, was actually the instructor when Scaloni was getting his pro license. So it's teacher against the student in this regard. How do you see this, match, tactically being panning out, in terms of the two dugouts?
Well, it definitely shows that Scaloni is a very good student. And De La Fuente is a very good teacher as well. So they're both putting their skills, against each other. But for me, I think Scaloni has the advantage. 2006, he was part of the Argentine squad in the World Cup with Messi himself, and then 2018, in one of the shambolic performances at Russia 2018, he was the assistant coach. Then he took over the team after that, and he went on to win the next tournament in Qatar. Then now he's about to join only the other coach in football history, Vittorio Pozzo of Italy, who has defended the title. But now the difference between Vittorio Pozzo and Scaloni is that way back in 1934-38, there were less than 10 teams in the tournament, and football has improved so much. Deschamps almost did it, and he failed consecutively. So now Scaloni has got that record in front of him against probably someone that he knows very, very well. Because if you are going to be instructing me how to work, I'm getting into your head. It means that I know exactly how you plan for certain things. So I feel like Scaloni is going to have a bit of an advantage over his teacher. But when we come to look at the players that are in this final today, I really don't think this is about Messi and Lamine Yamal, because Lamine Yamal has not been the best player for Spain in this tournament. So it's a very unfair comparison. Messi has got 8 goals and probably more assists than Lamine Yamal, right? But for me, you've got players like Dani Olmo in this Spanish team. Boy, he's probably been Spain's best player. Unsung hero, but his runs, his passes, the way he links up between defense and attack, the way he breaks off in those attacks. I think he's going to be one of those players that Argentina know that if they don't keep an eye on him, he's going to punish them. Then they've also got for me, William says he hopes Ruiz plays in this final. I feel that maybe they should start with Pedri, because Pedri is a little bit more aggressive than Luis is, than Ruiz. And this game today, Spain know them. They have been talking about it. They're playing against a very aggressive Spanish team. So so De La Fuente knows that he has to go with players with a bit more character to compete against the Argentines.
Yeah.
You know, but the two coaches, I think for me, Scaloni has the advantage.
Yeah.
It's De La Fuente's first World Cup final.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
This is an Argentinian team that has been together since 2018.
Yeah.
Coming up like this. So they have got more experience and more exposure, and I think they know exactly how to get into the opponent's heads and just disturb your style of play.
Yeah.
So the first 15 minutes of this game is going to be very, very crucial. And whoever owns those first 15 minutes of the game before the water break, the hydration break, I think is going to have the upper hand in this game.
The overall head-to-head statistics make for interesting reading in as far as these two sides are concerned. When you look at that, it's dead even in terms of, matches that both sides have won in that regard. But when you take a critical look at the matches themselves in terms of results, in terms of the results between Spain and Argentina, the last match that these two sides met was in March 2018. 6-1 victory for Spain over Argentina. How much should we read into that particular result in terms of, going into this particular match? Does it give the Spanish an upper hand, or does that result, because it was in an international friendly, it really doesn't count much?
I think it was an international friendly that I think it was all about sizing the two teams.
Yeah.
And let's understand that Argentina, they are the champions in Copa America. And also Spain, they're champions in Europe.
Yeah.
And these two teams, they're meeting. And the quality of players, I think for me, you talk about Spain, they are young and talented.
Yeah.
But in terms of, I think Argentina, they have got more experienced players.
Yeah.
I think the likes of Martinez, who plays for Manchester United, and also Martinez, who plays for Inter Milan. These are great players that I think they know what is lying ahead of them. But this game is all about the team that is going to, I think, like you said, before the water break, that comes maybe around 22nd minute.
Yeah.
I think we'll be able to see the best football that we've been really craving for.
Yeah.
Because in the midfield, I think Argentina needs to rise to the occasion today, because Argentina might just be stabbed the ball. And if you starve the ball, it means that you've got the chances. The way you are going to invite and close up when you don't have the ball is how Spain, they're going to capitalize on them. So it's a bit of tactical approach. That's what to win this game.
Yeah.
Because you are coming against your master who taught you. You sat down in his class and he was able to explain to you how it's supposed to be. So tactically, I feel De La Fuente has got an upper hand. Why? Because he's using the players that I think they are fitted so well in the system that he wants. I think he started coaching these players, the likes of Pau Kobasi, quite a long time. Maybe under 17 they were together, so he understands them, what it involves. So I think for me, it's the final that has got a great opportunity. Both teams, I think, are lying the best top 4 teams in the world. They are meeting. I think this could never be what people might just miss, because this evening it is all about the one that's going to win the midfield is the one that's going to win.
A lot of records have been broken at the 2026 FIFA World Cup, but one of them remains intact, and this is the fact that when you look at local coaches winning the World Cup, that remains the status quo in as far as this World Cup is concerned, because it's two local coaches that will go head to head in as far as the final is concerned. Scaloni representing Argentina, and of course De La Fuente representing his native Spain. But it's also the first time that European champions are meeting against South American champions in as far as the final is concerned at the World Cup. So it will be an interesting, battle between these two sides. We don't have enough time, because when you talk football, time just seems to fly. In the dying minutes, I have to ask your predictions. Let's begin with you, Coach William. Without any explanation, who do you think is winning and why?
Argentina.
Yeah. Scoreline?
I think they have experience.
Yeah.
From their last World Cup.
What's the scoreline?
2-1.
2-1 in favor. Regulation time or going to extra time?
Regulation time.
Okay, Argentina 2-1.
So there's no golden boot for Messi.
2-1, just 2-1 Argentina.
No golden boot for me.
Yeah.
No, Mbappe has already won the golden boot.
Yeah.
2-1 Argentina as well.
Well,
No explanation, sir.
No explanation.
explanation?
Yeah, no
Just for
explanation.
prediction.
sir.
yeah, 2-1
you.
opposite.
Spain. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, it's been a pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah, no, thank you
And
very
of
much,
course,
sir.
you know,
Pleasure is all mine.
it's been great, and on behalf of also Pongaliweo, who's been part of the team, we say thank you for staying with us and watching all the episodes of Beyond the Whistle, and of course also on behalf of my dedicated crew behind the scenes that have been giving you the best quality in terms of picture and of course sound. This has been a wrap in terms of Beyond the Whistle special edition, looking at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. At 21 hours, it's Argentina up against Spain. May the best team win. Until next time, bye bye and God bless.